Uy, pero ya la tuve que abrir y todo el setup de bajarlo.
Pero quitarle la caja está bien alta. Creo que nos miramos más.
Ya está con like, ya lo estoy viendo por YouTube.
Así. Okay, let's do this.
Todo lo que va a pasar en vivo. Y ahora ya no digo nada, ya después de los problemas técnicos.
Pues ya.
Ya estamos en vivo. No está bien el mundo solo, ¿eh?
Well, good afternoon. My name is Jorge, and I'm here with Cynthia. We are at J&C Real Estate. We are a team here in California, and she is going to make very, very important questions to bring out the best information that we can provide to take the first step to buy your real estate, your property. So, please.
Hello, my name is Cynthia Tejada. I'm a real estate agent. As Jorge said, we are here with J&C Real Estate. It's a company created for investment properties to help you to buy your investment properties, not just a property or your home as your place to live with. It's just we're here to help you to buy your assets that will help you to earn the money you will need to retire, to have that financial freedom that we want to. So we're gonna do some questions like an interview. So Jorge is our broker. He's in the business around 10 years now. From now, he has a lot of experience in investment properties and property management, and he's doing his own investments too. So we're going to create like a path, a little steps, so a few steps that you can handle, so you can start your own business, so you can have your own real estates, but your own investments, not just your home. It's we need you to start creating your financial freedom. We need you to help yourself to be not dependent on an employee in all your life, and you can retire young, and you can do the things that you would love to do with more time. So first, let us know you more. How did you start in real estate business, or how is for you the real estate business here in California?
Well, first of all, thank you for doing this possible. And of course, I'm going to try to bring the best information on how to establish or manage that that American dream that I've been hearing out there. How to make it possible, and it's kind of fun because that was the first information I got here in the United States, that they told me about the American dream. And I did invest in my first property, but I didn't know anything about it. I just went through the feelings, and through the experience about an American dream, owning a home, buying your first property. But now, by seeing and learning through that experience, I know that buying a home is to live, correct? It's not like investing, because now I know the difference of an investment property and a home to live. A home basically is either you rent or you pay a mortgage that you live in that property. And an investment property, it's something that gives you money back every month. But my first property, like I said, I bought it in when the market was low, and then I sold that property and I made $70,000 on that first property. Then I moved to Victorville and I invested in that second property. But I thought everything was going to be the same. Buying my first property, then reinvesting that money in my second property. But I didn't know about the cycle in real estate because when I bought that second property was on the highest, on the peak. I bought really expensive. So within a year, the property that I bought for 200,000 was already 170,000. So prices were dropping and dropping. So I ended up losing that house. But then I realized, there's something that I'm not knowing about real estate or how this works. And then I realized that I need to get education to myself, and not by just going through the experience and learning the hard way. So that's why I think when you bring this type of seminars or webinars to give the public great information, not to pay a lot of money for those mistakes because I paid a lot of money for that mistake. Because I didn't know, buying low, buying high, or buying on the middle of the cycle in real estate, I didn't know that design because it's by design. Now that I know those different steps, you know, uh, I have a very strong idea on when to buy or when to sell.
Yeah, thank you. Because that will be the first step, right? That you need to, for your own investments, to start your own investment, that will be the first step. To get education, to get financial education, because there's none in the schools, there's none in the college, university. They don't teach you that. They teach you to get educated to have an employment. So you don't, you will have to live working all your life, and you don't have that. We don't want that for you. We've been working is previously in our employers and everything, but that's not the life that we want. That's why we keep educating ourselves, and that's a career. We don't do go to college and get a degree. It's not that. It is get financial education is learn, and the only way is this webinars. There's books. There's a lot of people talking about it that can help you with your financials educations, just to start learning the a few concepts like assets, liabilities, mortgage, loans, and everything, and start learning what is that, and that will be the first step, right? So talk about your own investments. How do you start, or how's your investment going? So you can explain to them that it's possible that you don't need a lot of money. You don't need to be rich to invest. That's the things that we have in mind. That you need to have a lot of money so you can start your own business, or what will be that example for you, or your own examples for them to know.
Well, first we have to identify, we have to know what we want. And in this case, since it's to buy your first property, it's getting that knowledge. Okay, I need to focus on what I want. I want that property. I want to be a homeowner. I want to be an investor. So once you know what it is that you want, then you start seeking, you start looking, you start educating yourself on what you need to do to become a homeowner. Okay, so the first step will be, well, there's basically, in a first step in buying a home, it would be your financial, how much money you're making per month, your taxes, how much money you're reporting on your taxes. You know, that it's basically the first things that you need to reinforce. You need to know all of those terms. You know, the when it comes to property taxes, when it comes to interest rate, so all of those terms basically become one step. And it's complicated because, you know, when it comes to um, how much money you're making per month, can I afford a property? Can can I submit different information to the IRS when it comes to putting more money so I can qualify for a property? So many questions that comes to your mind, which it makes you so confused and you don't do anything about it. So the main thing will be, you know, to that's what we're here for. You know, sometimes people want to save money for pension, and there's so much going out there. But it's not like when they buy a home, or when they get ready to buy a house and they use a real estate agent. You know, it like they are going to pay for the real estate agent, because they won't pay any of the money, because the seller, the owner of the house that is selling that property, will pay the agent. So basically, it's an upgrade, you know, and it's a plus to use a real estate agent, because he is going to lead that first homeowner to how much money he can afford, or how much power he has to purchase a property. Okay, that will be the first thing. Of course, you know, we work hard for the money, and once we get it, we have to take care of it. We don't want to lose it. You know, that's something really important that we have to know every single day. You know, because like you mentioned, we used to work for companies. I worked for over 16 years in a company, Ford and Chevy, building classic cars, and I love that job. But I was running behind every month, you know, and I didn't have any idea of how to invest or to put that money to work. And then you know, a friend of mine was telling me about investing in real estate, buying a house, and that's how I got into it. And I did it, and did many mistakes, like I mentioned. But once I got into it, I know that I have to contact the professionals that are in this business every single day, like a lender, you know, and then brokers in real estate. You know, those are the major professionals that I want to have with me. So that way they will give me all that power to purchase that first property. And once you start knowing the process of buying your first house, then you're just gonna keep rolling the wheel, you know, because it's already you already discovered the process of how to do it, and then you just keep doing it again and again and again, and that's how basically you find out the power of the money, you know, working for you. So that's where I am right now, and I'm very excited to keep doing this, because I know I'm gonna get more financial freedom and it's only a matter of time. It's not like, okay, I want to be rich, you know. But some people think that, okay, they buy a property and then they're just gonna make a lot of money out of it, and it's not like that. It takes time. Sometimes, I've been investing in houses for over over 15 years already, and many years, like I said, I lost, and then I gained money, and that money I put it to work, and now I have multi investments in real estate, not just one. I'm going for my fifth one, and working to get a multi-family building for over 10 units, and that will give me more power towards financial freedom, and keep reinvesting that money and growing more and more, and that makes me so excited about it. And it's possible. It is, because it is just knowing how that money is going to work for you. It all starts in that first investment. Even if you don't want to buy your first property to live in, but you can invest that money, and you still can rent, because sometimes if you're single, if you're starting up a business, or you're starting everything in life, and you're programming to gain more money, to basically build your base so you can start building. Some will be buying a property, renting that house, generating rental income, and they will be renting a room, because they don't need the entire property, and they will be making money like that. So there's many strategies, many ideas that we can help out first home buyers, investors, on how to keep growing in this business.
Good. So they are very interesting on how to start their investment. So what will be the description of investments? So basically is to have an asset that will pay by itself, right?
Correct.
So you will have income.
Yes.
As for this property, you will generate income. That's the investment that we're talking about. That's the assets that you need to keep. Because if you buy your house and you intend to live in it, it will be no income, because you will need just to pay the mortgage. So you will need to find more ways or more properties to have them to have income, so they can pay it by themselves. So that's why we're here. We can help you to find those properties. We can prepare you to see what's your scenario, what's your liabilities, what's your payments and income, and how can you prepare to be in the right path to get to your own investments. So what will be the financial steps that a people that he never been investment, he never been interested in a property or taking care of their financials? What will be the first steps for them to start taking care of that?
It will be to find out how much of a purchase power they have. Um, we can, first they need to come with us or any other agent, that they can trust, and ask those questions straight out, and then we will lead them to our preferred lenders, and make those financials sheets, and see how much they making per month, how much they are spending, like you mentioned. So all of those terms they will get to know, and then they will find out how much they can buy, how much of a property they can buy, because there's different steps. It's if it's your first property, that's the cheapest down payment that you will need to have. Like for FHA, it's a 3.5%. So for every $100,000, you need to have $3,500 plus closing costs, which we can negotiate through the seller, the owner of the property who's selling that particular house. We can ask them to help us with the closing costs for that client. But rounding the numbers for just getting an estimate for 100,000, it will be an average of about $5,000 total expense, so they can buy a property like that. I mean, if it's 200,000, they just need to double that money. Will be like 10,000 or $8,000 to buy a $200,000 home. And through that same step, we are going to explain all of that. That's the money that they're getting per month. Okay, but then they need to complete it or reinforce it with the tax returns, because I had one client that he made over $90,000 a year, but when he filed his taxes, he deducted everything he could through through his business. So at the end, he only had like $12,000 available to buy a house, and he didn't qualify for anything. You know? So at least to buy a property for 100,000, you need to have a free income of about 24,000 or more to make sense that you can pay that obligation per month. Okay, that's when buying the first home, and that was, and I explained that through an FHA financial. That's the Federal Housing Administration. That's a federal loan. And then there's veterans loans, conventional loans, and all of those have different percentage in down payment. Like for a vet, there's no down payment, so that's, they can save more money by being a veteran here in the United States. And when it comes to reinvesting, after once they have that first investment, they can start investing in a second, third, or fourth property. They can, save money because look, we keep working, right? We keep saving money. And the way I've been doing it to make sure that I qualify to buy another investment property, I need to have 25%. It's not 3.5, it's not 5, it's not 10%. I just go straight to 25% towards the purchase price. So if it's $100,000 that I'm buying, I need to have $25,000 to buy that property. So basically, it's 1 times 4. If I have 25,000, the bank can lend me 75,000, and then we are partners in that deal. And that's how I keep moving and growing towards my investments.
So let's see. The first step is to get financial education. The second step is to find someone that can help you with that. That is, in this case, with us, we can help you to see what's your scenario. If you don't have the financial education that you will need, we can help with that. We are concentrate not just in getting a house to a family. We are concentrate in getting you to start your own business, like your own retirement plan. That is a long term. So if you come to us, we will prepare you to build your own financial structure. So the next step will be to see how is your taxes report. At least you need 2 years, right? 2 years of tax report, so you can have them strong enough to get a qualification for a loan.
Mhm.
You need to take care of your credit score. Sorry, it will be at least 600, so you can have and start everything. That's why you need to qualify a loan, FHA, that it's a government loan. It's a better because you have lower down payment.
That's correct.
If you have more a good credit score like 720 or 740, you can qualify a first buyers program that you have. They will help you with the down payment. You need to understand that it's not that you don't pay down payment. You pay it, but they give you another loan. So you will have the loan for your house and the loan for the down payment. So you have two loans. So we'll be increasing your monthly payment, because sometimes they all people that came to us and asked, for the thing, first time buyers, you have programs I cannot pay down payment and everything. It's good because they help you, but it's another loan. If you save uh, money to pay that down payment, that will help you to reduce your monthly payment. So
Yeah,
it depends on the, you can work with the money or depending on the payments and everything, but you can save a little, because what happened with the money when we saved it? Because no, I'm gonna save it for something, and
they call it emergency money.
emergency money,
At
but
the end, they
emergency
spend it.
is Christmas, is the quinceañera,
There
it's
you go.
the wedding,
Oh,
it's the holiday trip. I know we need those stuff. We do. So, but in order to keep growing, you need to start doing good things with that money. Because in clothing, in a trip, it's you don't get nothing in return. So if you have the time or you can do that and start saving a little bit, just to start putting that money in a good investment. So you just preparing for you when you cannot work, for you when your kids cannot support you. So we are thinking differently because we don't want to live with the money that government is going to give me. They're going to give me whatever they want, and I don't know if that will fit my lifestyle when I'm 50, 55, because that's the time that I need to, that I don't have more kids, they are by themselves, so I can have my own time, so I need money. But I can save right now to start doing that later. So that will be different programs, and that's how you can prepare. So you can come to us, so you can have an appointment. We can help you with the lenders. They can help you to know what do you need to do with your debt. Uh, something they say 30% of your credit cards or the debt needs to be 30%. So you can have a good credit. I don't know, like
yeah, they call it
portfolio.
ratio, how much money you pay out in debt and how much money you keep. And that money that you keep, that's the one that it will give you that access to buy that property. And it's like that because they want the bank becomes the partner of the homeowner, and they want to make sure that they won't lose that investment. They want them to keep it. They want to make sure that they can pay that obligation. And like you mentioned, there's so many programs out there that different of our contacts lenders, clients, the vendors that we work with, they offer different programs to even one of the lenders. They had a 570 credit score limit that they have an investor. An investor is the bank that they can provide the financial to buy that property. So, like I said, it's very intensive. We have all of that available for you for a first time homeowner. And like you said, there's a 100% financial to buy a property. Basically, they need zero money to buy a home. But like you said, it's more expensive. What I would suggest is to get as much money as you can, so you can pay a down payment, so you can bring that debt low, and of course your monthly payment will be lower and you can pay off. But we're not looking to pay off a property, but once it gains money, you can get that money out and start growing for that second investment. And that's what we're doing right now. As a company, we also doing investment. We know how to do it. We know that it's a great feeling once you start getting that money, that cash flow every month. It's a passive income that we get. That money that we work for is also working for us. So basically, it's like having another crew. A lot of those friends, Franklin, Benjamin, all of them working for us and generating that money. It's a great feeling. So I said we are. It takes time to gain that money. To see a lot of money through real estate. But I want to tell you that it's for sure. And also I get a lot of education to different webinars myself, and I'm looking into one guy especially for Craig Cardone. He's doing all of this. We're doing all of this. We want to project the best to our clients, and at the same time, because we're doing it right now. And if they don't have that much money to invest in their first property, they only have um, some money, but that money, let's say they have $5,000, $3,000, and they also want to invest that money. They can also do it through our company, through JNC Real Estate. We become partners in investing that money, or they can just look for a property that they want to be in, and then we become partners in. So there's, like I said, there's many ways how to start investing in real estate.
Okay, so the only thing is you to be part of this. What you dream of, you just dream it, and we can be part of that part, the completion of your dreams. So it's the time now, so you can start. Some people say the houses are very expensive, but always there's always some opportunity to invest. We don't want you to just buy and you get the qualification and we're going to buy you whatever is in the market. It's not that. We need you to understand that we are on your side. So we need to take you to those properties and get evaluation, something that has value already, that will help you later to start. Because this is your first property, and then we don't stop there. This is the first step. So you're interested in building your future. It's now. It's buying your first property to get started with those pre-qualifications with the lender, and then that property, we need to make it the first jump. So starting to working with that money, the value of that property, the bank will help you to. But that's another seminar. but we're going to get you there, steps by step. So this is the webinar for the first time buyers. So just keep in mind that you need to educate, you need to pre-qualify yourself as in the financial market with your incomes, taxes, credit score, the basics that you need, and start the plan. So with that, we can start building your own path. So that's the first step that you need to do. One thing, if you think, because sometimes because of our income, we qualify so 100,000, or maybe you can we want more, so you can do with your brother, your friends, and you can join, so you can have more power to buy. You have a lot of options, and the properties you put it under the names of everybody, so you will be safe. It's not lending names or something, it's just buying together. It's a lot of ways. You can start your own LLC, your corporation. It's a lot of ways that you can do business with your family, with your friends, if you think that right now you're not able to do it by yourself. But there's a lot of ways, so I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please let us know. JNC Real Estate, it's our company. Our webpage is jncre.com. So you can write us to our channel, or here we are on Instagram, Facebook, whatever is the best way to communicate with us. So we will thrilled to help you. We have 2 offices in Victorville, California, and also in Indio, California. So if you're an agent and you're interested to join us too, or if you are just an investor, whatever is the best way that we can help you, we can get you to there. So just be here, be in our channels and in our webinars, so you can learn more. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Jorge.
Thank
And
you.
see you next time. Okay.
Well, your English is really good. That's pretty good. All right, guys.
Bye.
Have fun. Enjoy investing in real estate.
And music.